unknown centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
Stuff about my family.
We are God damn it, Angelus. Florida! Alright! Hello, friends. Welcome. As you can see, I have most of my players. I have 3 of them visible, and one of them, Florida hates me. So, Jeff is missing. We tried to contact him, and he, I'm kidding. I'm not putting that into the ether. He's fine. He has rehearsal. Noah, Ron, wait for you. Very sorry, Kelsey. But welcome to System Agnostic. Chapter 5, or Chapter 1, Episode 5 of Moons and Magic.
Ooh.
I am, as always, Steven, your humble CD. CD standing for Carrion Director. I'll let you figure out why. With me, as always, are at least, 80%
Is it because you're carrying this show on your back?
Oh.
That was a stretch, and I like it. You get +1 forward. 80% of my players. Always. We start, as always, with Erica. Introduce yourself.
I'm Erica. I'm playing Pudine. She's this hairless, lanky Rakshasa wizard. Rakshasa's cat people. She'll stare at you, at everything, and sometimes stare into buckets and see the future. All right, let's popcorn to Breck.
What's up, Breck? You see him pronouns. I'm eating a salad. I play Indomitus, a centaur. Also use he, him pronouns, a fighter. I'll pass it to Sadie.
Oh, me? Hi. I'm Sadie. I use she, her pronouns. I'm playing Citizen Dr. Eloise Mermler, who also uses she, her pronouns. The 2-foot-tall Kender Paladin of the One True God. And I'll popcorn it over to Angela.
Hey, I am Angela, she, her, playing Sai Kelvin, also she, her, half Jinn, half Triton cleric of the other One True God. She does not stare into buckets. She usually just stares incredulously at the other members of her party, wondering what the hell they were thinking.
That's probably for the best. And as we said, we are down one Jeff Buterbach, aka Aranway, as he has rehearsal for a show, and apparently I cannot fight the theater gods. I've tried. Gods, have I tried.
It's tough.
It's really tough. Anyway, that's a problem for another day, aka next week.
AKA Sunday, when we do primarily roll along.
That too.
Early plug. I'll plug it again later.
Yeah.
Alright.
In the meantime, a quick recap. Our party of adventurers, having collected the heart of a volcano, for better or worse, made their way out of town to attempt to negotiate with a merchant lord for a meteorite from the Brightling moon. Said merchant lord owns a meteorite. Where's my actual notebook? You'd think I'd be more prepared for these sometimes. You'd be wrong. Well, we'll find it later. Anyway. He had a meteorite fragment, however, it had been stolen and taken into the woods. He told the party that should they go retrieve his property, they would be able to use it, provided it was then returned to him. Poudine was like, nah, fuck that, it's ours now, and that went about as well as could be expected in said instance. But the party did make their way into the woods. Following the trails as best they could, they noticed the forest frozen over. Not as if snow had recently come or cold had come, for indeed it was warm in those woods. But the trees were all covered in frost, leaves still frozen to their trees. And as they made their way further in and reached the heart, they found the guardian spirit of these woods. A nymph with pale, pale blue skin of ice. Hair frozen, jagged ice shards with flowers still frozen in there. Flash frozen. And the bark skin kind of covering them dead and blackened. But of course, we don't start there. No. We don't even start with the missing member of our party. That comes in a moment. First, we start where we always start. In the library. It's been a few weeks for Celeste at this point. No matter where she has looked, she has not been able to find any more film rolls, let alone the next chapter she happens to need. At some point, she gives up, returns to her table, just going to settle down for a bit, try to research this old Breitling moon that does not exist in her sky. But as she's moving books around, she doesn't find one film reel, she finds two. One a little smaller. Still meant for her projector, though, less film attached to it. This is the one she sets up first. Appearing on the screen is not our band of adventurers staring down a frozen nymph, but Indomitus, well on his way elsewhere. Indomitus, you know the way. It's not because you've been there before from this exact location near the volcano. Almost like magic, ever since the creation of this site, you've known how to get there. From wherever you are in the world, you can always find your way there. And so it is this time. Please mark off 2 uses of your rations
Cool.
as you journey, not with your friends, to a village, but to a graveyard. Massive and sprawling. Indomitus, who's buried here?
The last army I led into battle. All of them. Every last centaur, elf, dwarf that rode with me and charged with me.
Over the years, tombstones have been erected, the names of all your fallen carefully etched out. No one knows if each tombstone is actually anywhere near the body it claims to represent, but that's not the point. They serve as a reminder, if not a direct marking place. Your entire army, reduced to names on stones, but never forgotten. What do you do as you enter this place?
I think same thing I've done in the past. I walk through and I look at every grave. It doesn't matter how long it takes me. Then I stop at one grave in particular. It's got a name on it that has faded over time, but I think you can see a few letters still remaining. If you were to do a rubbing of it, you'd probably find that it said the name Broden. I stop there. I lay my spear down, and I sit.
The wind kind of carries throughout. No trees to block its passage, though it does seem to dance through the stones at times, moving the grass beneath your hooves. But unlike the scent of the hills and mountains that surround this gravesite, the wind carries more than the scent of nature around you. One of the gravestones, a few rows down, erupts from the earth, flying into the sky, nothing beneath it, and crash lands, shattering itself and another stone nearby. What are you doing?
Standing up, grabbing my spear immediately, and protecting the area.
Another stone, opposite side yet closer to you, erupts from the earth, shatters mid-air, raining rock and dust down upon you and the other graves.
Can I roll to discern realities?
Yes, you can.
That's a 10.
You have 3 questions.
What is about to happen?
In essence, you're about to be attacked.
Okay. And what here is not what it appears to be?
Roll 2d6.
Eight.
You blink for a sec, and the space is far more open. Instead of graves, there are these massive metal behemoths, mostly tipped over, showing impossible designs on what you assume is their underbellies. You're not sure, but then you blink and you're back in the graveyard. Something... You're looking around, and the damage is more extensive than 2 gravestones flying and shattering. Something has been causing damage here long before you arrived, and it waited for you to let your guard down before showing itself to you.
Okay. Then, last question. Who's really in control here?
Well, that would be whatever entity you're about to meet. The dead have no power here, and quite frankly, it seems you might not either. But we'll find out. As the gravestone directly behind Broden's doesn't even leave the earth this time, just splits and shatters as you see these long, thin claws dig into the stone and rip it in half. Until you are face to face with this gaunt, almost... You'd think it's skeletal, but there's not bone. There's no flesh, no nothing, just this scintillating flash of every color you can imagine, and many you cannot name. Sharp, You think it's teeth or a mocking facsimile of it, as the specter pulls itself up from its recent shattering, stares you in the eyes with hollow, just constantly changing color eye sockets. What do you do?
I think I just stand with the spear and the shield, spear over my shoulder. I just say, "Who are you?"
You blink and it's gone. Until you feel the slam of a tombstone directly into your back, shoving you forward into Broden's grave.
All right. I get up. I look around and I look for a source, a direct source, as opposed to just random graves. Is there anything I can see that is just something more physical that could be controlling everything?
You just see this wraith-like entity pulling itself from the ground, ripping another tombstone out, preparing for whatever you're about to do. But as you watch, it seems like electricity begins to crackle, or at least you're not sure if it's electricity. It sparks. But you feel the heat almost as if it's more the embers of a fire than the electricity. And it begins to build this, and you start feeling the warmth sucked away from you. Both the heat and the life. As its hands begin motioning and a ball of something begins to form between them.
All right. Whoever you are, I don't know why you've come, but you cannot have this land.
It launches that spear at you. And you feel a dull impact in your side, but you don't feel pain. You just hear crackling. And you look down and you realize it's because it didn't hit you. It hit the bucket. And it begins to glow and pulse and arc with that same electric energy that the creature is.
All right. I hold the bucket in one hand. I stow the spear behind me, and I hold the bucket in one hand, the shield in the other, and I stand over Broden's grave. And I say, "You will not defeat me. I will protect this land. You will never be able to take my people again." And can I roll to defend?
You can.
All right. Five.
Mark experience for failure.
Oh, wait. I have a +1 from something, right?
+1 forward, that's still a 6. Mark 1 for failure.
Oh no.
Whoops.
This creature lets out this unearthly shriek. That blasts into you. The bucket seems to resonate and pulse and amplify that shriek to the point where you almost drop your shield and the bucket, just having to cover your ears. You do have to stow the bucket, otherwise the bucket's going to be right next to your eardrums as it's amplifying this shriek.
All right, I'll put the bucket away. Damn bucket.
You kind of hold it and close your eyes, just trying to focus against the pain. And the projector screen just shows light as that film has ended. Celeste is quick to put in the next one. And Pudine, Eloise, Sai, and Aranwe are staring down a nymph that stares back at you. Cold, dead eyes. Just watching as you enter the clearing. What do you do?
Hey, Sadie. I hear all of the background noise.
I don't think we're losing that.
I'm sorry. Yeah. So we're staring at this very icy nymph. Okay. I'm gonna just spout lore about these forests.
You already did last time.
Oh, I did? About the woods?
About the spirits itself, really.
I don't want to talk about the spirits. I'm just Pudine's nervous and just wants to talk about like the flora and the fauna that can be found here. Just like kind of to take up time. Stall for time.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay.
I mean, you know, there's a lot of different trees. Oak, pine, aspen, ash, birch. This forest is kind of one of the more central ones, so a lot of different trees all kind of come together in this place. Either naturally or somebody else planted them.
You have a beautiful selection of trees here.
I'm scared to talk, but did I fix it?
Yeah.
It sounds a lot better, yeah.
Okay.
Eloise, what are you doing as Pudine just mentions the tree selection?
Normally she'd let the ranger handle this, but he seems to be struck mute right now.
Actually, you look at Aranwe, and Aranwe's not there. You just kind of heard a pop, and Indomitus is standing right there. Kind of clutching his head as if, you know, we're about to explode.
What happened?
Indomitus, you stand in the middle of a forest clearing, nowhere near the graveyard you just left.
No.
Before you stands a massive tree, completely frozen.
Not again.
Cage of branches surrounding a bright fragment of moon. Hanging from the tree. And before it, this icy nymph, who coldly regards your appearance.
So, I'm guessing the nymph is probably taller than me, but how tall is the nymph?
5-ish feet.
I mean, if Indomitus still seems surprised and out of it from where he just came from, like, Saya has no idea what the fuck just happened, but she is gonna just try to, as subtly as possible, put, like, herself between the nymph and him, like, standing in front of him. Because she doesn't seem too happy, and Sai doesn't want things to get out of hand too fast. Just gonna put her hands up. We don't mean you harm. We're just sort of on a mission, I guess you could say. I mean, first we were on a mission, and then we were on a mission for somebody else, but I think he might have lied to us, and that's a problem too. But we're not here to hurt you or anybody here, so maybe we can just talk for a second?
Come to take my treasures, then.
Ah. Well,
We actually just need to commune with this rock that apparently is over here somewhere. There's a rock in this domain.
mm,
It's more just a, a visitation, a little pilgrimage. Yeah, that's the phrase I'm looking for.
Try to take what's mine. Fancy words for thieves.
see,
I don't-
we came here someone told us it actually belonged to them, and I'm beginning to think that's not true.
These belong to me.
What belongs to you? Do you have like a fancy rock?
Just
A really
stares
fancy
at you.
one? Came from the sky.
You can see the fancy rock. It's hanging from a branch in a cage of branches. It's not hidden
Oh,
from
okay.
any of you.
Oh shoot, I totally missed that somehow.
Okay.
So I think at this point, Indomitus is starting to get his bearings in this new area. Is sort of coming out whatever head ringing stupor, and he's just gonna look around, and he's gonna look for Pudine or Sai, whoever will meet his eyes.
I would.
Sai, what's going on?
Sai's gonna have some problem meeting your eyes, considering she's in front of
right
you.
in front of us. I'll just look to Pudine and I'll say, Pudine, what's going on?
I need to talk to the rock, or take it. I don't know. Do you think this is a place of power? Do you feel a tingle in the air?
I don't know. I just came. I have to get back there. What are we doing? So what?
Can I tell? If it's
Hmm?
Can I tell if it's a place of power just inherently, or should I do detect magic?
We had discussed it last week. It technically is. It's not in the sense that you'd be able to use it for your rituals. It is a place of power for one specific entity.
Uh-huh.
It's
Yeah,
not
okay.
inherently a magical place of power. It's a place where, go to the dragon's lair. The dragon's lair is going to fight for the dragon, let's be honest.
Yeah.
You're in the dragon's
Yeah.
lair, but with a nymph.
Uh-huh.
And then I might be misremembering this, but if I remember correctly, which is very rare, there's like a small little pond or something that the nymph is in that we're standing on the edge of?
Nope.
No? Okay.
Clearing.
Just a clearing? Okay. I don't know where I got a pond from. Eloise is just gonna take a a couple steps forward.
Gaze immediately rivets on you as you get closer than the rest.
Hi. I am Eloise. What is your name?
Just kind of cocks her head.
Do you not have a name? If you don't have a name, I can give you one.
I don't think she's in the mood to talk.
The ice-tipped talons seem to grow ever so slightly.
Citizen Doctor, stand back.
I think I'm gonna call you Rebecca.
Cool. Roll a d6 for me.
What?
2.
Roll for Rebecca.
All right. Thanks to the armor you have, the ice just kind of shatters against your divine armor. as she just whips her hand forward, and the ice shards leap from the fingertips and slam into your chest.
Oh dear.
Oh my.
I'm gonna put a hand
My
on
treasures.
Oh, what was that?
So Rebecca, I'm getting word from the one true God, and they have made the commandment that you and I need to kiss, and I am gonna attempt to use a move called I Am the Law. You give an NPC an order based on your divine authority.
I fucking love it.
Remember when I said that Sai just usually stares at the others incredulously at whatever it is they're thinking? That kind of holds true right now.
Okay. Go ahead and roll.
Please be a 12.
No, please be like a 3.
Okay. So
I
it's
want to see what
2d6
happens.
plus charisma. Okay. +2 is 11.
Cool. So you do get +1 forward against her.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, look. I didn't say it. The one true God did.
Do me a favor and roll a
D12.
d12.
I don't have it. I gotta get one out.
Add 3 to this one.
Oh no. Oh no.
I'm gonna use my rainbow D12.
Cool.
Good luck.
8? Is that not including +3 or with?
Oh, add 3?
Yeah.
That would make it 11.
Cool. What's your armor?
4.
Cool. You take 7 points of damage as the earth erupts underneath you, and the roots of every tree nearby has erupted upward and is now puncturing your body.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
Divinity dares give me orders. It is the will of the one true God. I didn't make it up. We gotta make out. We gotta make out. That's the only way.
Your one true God is a pervert.
I don't know the greater plan.
Is false. She hears no commandments. She hears no words. No divinity speaks.
Does Pudine see the magic bucket on Indomitus's person?
You see the bucket. It is glowing and electrocuted.
Indomitus, hey, shh.
What?
What is
Pudine, what? What?
the bucket? The bucket. What happened to the bucket?
About the bucket. What happened to the bucket?
It's
I got
glowing.
attacked is what happened in the bucket. Now I'm here. Now I need to go. We need to get these rocks
Can
so
you-
I can...
Can you just over the head of the? She's just miming putting the bucket over the dryad's head, like how you could do in Skyrim sometimes to blind the NPCs.
No, I cannot, Pudine.
Why not? She can't hurt us. She
So
can't see
far.
us.
I think... Are we in combat? Could we say...
More or less, yeah. I mean, it's
Can I
technically
roll?
up to you. She's very aggressive towards Eloise. Eloise does not seem to be responding in kind, so it's kind of up to you whether this is combat.
Can I roll my evil eye move?
Sure, I'll allow it.
Oh, jeez. All right. This is going to be so bad.
And for the folks at home, please tell us what evil eye is.
Evil eye on a 10+, which is what I got. Hold 2, spend your hold to make eye contact with an NPC present who freezes or flinches and can't act until you break it off.
Okay.
And you said it's roots that has impaled me?
Yeah.
I think so. Just real quick, I think for this evil eye, Indomitus doesn't step up but steps behind everyone and gets real big, and just spear down into the ground, bucket in the other hand, just staring.
Okay.
Ready?
I'm
Okay.
gonna look down at the roots that are impaling my heart.
I mean, that hurt, but I guess I'm learning stuff about myself. Rebecca, is this how you kiss in your culture? Because I have a halberd if you come a little closer.
She doesn't move.
Okay.
Oh, if you're rolling that one though, Indomitus, you do have to roll the other one.
Oh yeah, through Death's eyes.
Mhm.
Okay.
If we're calling this the beginning of combat, you gotta do all of it.
A 7.
Name someone who will live or someone who will die.
We haven't asked the name of the person yet.
You can say the nymph.
The nymph.
Okay.
The nymph will live.
Okay. She's staring. There's rage across her face. But aside from the hands twitching like she wants to just basically cause the whole forest to collapse in on the four of you.
Okay,
Go get the rock.
let's.
These are mine.
Hold on. Just hold on. Just a second. That's all I'm asking. From everybody here. Let's just start simple. Clearly, what happened to the forest wasn't meant to happen. I don't think everything is supposed to be like this. Am I right?
Everything is perfect, except for the four of you.
So you did cause this yourself.
Just a spray of coal out from her mouth.
Mommy? Sorry.
It just doesn't seem like a domain of life like it's supposed to, like the there's like the story of the life goddess that's upset and makes everything winter all the time, but you gotta mix it up. You have to have your summer and your fall and spring.
No one needs that.
No one needs spring? Are you feeling all right?
Break
I
your
mean-
hold and find out.
I don't know about them, but I'm okay with winter. It just means if you need warmth, you gotta cuddle.
Or a magic rock that's really warm all the time. Are you just like a little chilly? Like what did you get a cold?
Okay.
What do I have to roll to be dexterous or like sneaky?
Just
What are you trying to do?
I want to grab the bucket and put it over the dryad's head.
That's Defy Danger using Dex.
Okay.
Probably a couple of them, because you have to get it away from Indomitus.
I'll let go of the
And-
bucket. I think it,
Alright, just one then.
Oh, okay. The first one was a 12. I want to take that one.
Yeah, that. You take the bucket and just place it over her head.
What happens?
well, eye contact is broken now.
Yep, it is! Now I need Pudine to roll a d12.
Hey! That's
What's
good,
your
right?
armor?
5.
I don't
Whoa.
believe you.
Yeah, because I got arcane armor. So there.
Oh, get wrecked.
Yeah. Redirect.
As long as you have at least one prepared spell.
I do.
You have +4 armor. All right, so you only take 7 points of damage.
Ah, Jesus. Okay.
As
Very bad.
the roots have left Eloise and are now embedded in your skin. And
But she can't see me. What?
She's the forest. She
Her eyes
doesn't
are
need
everywhere.
to see you. She
we-
just needed to not be making eye contact with Indomitus.
Did we have a full heal since, like, the volcano?
No, but you had enough partial that you should be back to full. So technically, yes.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, you did. You all went to bed in the inn last night. You should have all been fully healed.
Great.
Okay.
Only half dead instead of mostly.
Eloise is gonna look really hurt. Let's say,
Rebecca, if you want a polyamorous relationship, like I won't say no.
I
but,
need
like, I
you
won't
to roll to defy danger using Dex, Eloise. If you want to defy danger.
Is spell defense appropriate to respond to the root attack? No?
Read spell defense for me.
You may end an ongoing spell immediately and use the energy of anticipation to deflect an oncoming attack.
Do you have an ongoing spell right now?
No.
Then, unfortunately, it won't work.
Rip, I thought that was for like an incoming. Okay.
so rolling defy danger depends. Is this for more roots trying to impale me?
No, this is from a magic bucket getting flung directly at your head.
Okay, I will defy danger for that. You said using Dex?
Yep.
7.
7? Okay, I'll say you take half of whatever's about to get rolled on a d20.
So Eloise chose to die today.
I rolled a 2.
Cool, so you only take 1.
Yes.
Ignores your armor.
Very good.
Even my holy armor?
It's a magic bucket.
Okay.
Magic bucket ignores
It's
armor.
basically a silvered weapon. Fuck.
At this point, I'll say to Sai in front of me, Sai, do something. Whatever you do, I am here beside you.
Okay.
If you value your pathetic lives, leave me to my treasures.
You know, I thought sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna take a step back and I'm gonna cast Revelation.
I'm gonna need that spell dropped.
Oh.
And then roll to cast a spell.
Whoa.
Cat, get off my laptop. I need this.
It's powerful. Let's see if it gets cast.
Alright. I literally have one cat in my lap, the other one like curled up next to me. I can't even move.
Babies.
Okay, that is +3 is going to be 11 total.
Okay. Cast without issue.
Do I have to ask a question, or does it just...
There's a moment that everything seems to slow and stop. Leave me to my treasures. Treasures. Plural. There's one rock hanging from the tree. And you think you see a thin strand starting in the back of the nymph's neck, extending high into the boughs, where it's dark. It shouldn't be that dark. Something's up there.
Like in the trees?
In the tree that's holding the moon. Something that's pulling the strings.
My gaze is just going to go directly up to that area.
Anything else?
I don't think. I mean, the only other thing I can do, I already cast something, but I have a rote. I have a rote spell for light. I can try and. I don't know what the description is for that.
You did already cast something, so
I wouldn't be able to use it anyway because it has to be an item that I touch, so I wouldn't be able to do anything. So yeah, no, I'm just gonna look over at Indomitus and just say, it's not her. There's something up there that's... there's something up there that's controlling this. I don't even know if it's... I don't know if this is her. It's something up there that's controlling her. They're doing this. And I'm just gonna take a step back.
Okay. All right, I will take my spear and point it up in the trees. Say, whoever you are, do not use your deception on us. We see through your ruse.
Is this the effect of an arcane spell?
No. I'm gonna say no.
If you do not come down here to face us directly, I will chop down the tree in which you sit.
Do it. Only one suffers. Still coming from the nymph.
So she's being... I'm saying this out loud. Is she being controlled? It's not... She's not... Is she a live being that's just being controlled by something else? I'm asking the rest of the party this.
You know more than me, Sai.
I do not. Not in this case.
Da-da-da. Discern realities.
One question.
Who is really in control here?
Whatever the fuck is in the top of that tree.
Yeah.
Does
I
answer
haven't seen the effects of such a spell. I haven't seen this effect before. Very peculiar. Not sure if it can, Wait, so the bucket didn't tug at the strings or anything?
The string's not quite that either delicate or physical. It might be cut throughable if you can fully get eyes on it. But it's not so delicate that the bucket's going to interrupt the connection.
Yeah.
At least, not in the way that it was used.
Okay. I want to cast a spell.
We will come back to that. Eloise, what are you doing?
Sorry, I just want to make sure I've got all the details right.
Mm-hmm.
So Pudine is currently impaled.
Yep.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's the little thing.
And talking up to a tree above the nymph.
No, Indomitus is talking to the tree above the nymph.
Okay, Indomitus is pointing his spear and talking to the tree above the nymph. Sai said something about this nymph maybe being alive and being controlled.
Yep.
And I just had a bucket thrown at my head.
Yep.
Magic. Bucket.
you doing, Eloise?
What you gonna do? What you gonna do?
I
When
am
they come for
going
you.
to. How big is the tree that Indomitus is pointing his spear at?
Massive.
Tree sized.
Sorry, I didn't hear you, Stephen. How big is it?
Massive.
Massive. Okay. I, Citizen Dr. Eloise Mahermbler,
Ooh.
am going to run up towards the nymph
Yes.
and I was hoping for a low roll and I got or a very high roll and I got a middle roll and I don't know what that means.
Bro.
Bold choices only.
I'm trying to rationalize this
Never a good start to a conversation.
in my head.
No need to rationalize when you have a god.
So
I think one's required to have a god for that sentence to work.
So I have a question.
Uh-huh.
Okay. I have a move that talks about healing an ally. Now, is that both parties need to view each other as allies, or just I need to view them as an ally?
Wow.
What's the move?
Um. Hospitaler. Hospitaler? I don't know how to pronounce it.
When you heal an ally, you heal plus 1d8. That move is when you do something to heal the ally.
I know. So my question is, if I wanted, do the nymph and I both have to view each other as allies, or can it just be me viewing the nymph as an ally?
Can I heal the nymph?
I don't think the book would fully comprehend a player trying to heal the enemy.
But
So
I
it's,
don't view her as an enemy, or at
You're-
least Citizen Dr.
let me
Eloise
finish.
Brendler doesn't.
So it doesn't matter how they view it. If you're trying to heal her, they'll get the more.
Okay. Perfect. I just wanted to know if that would apply when I do this. I am going to run up. She is 3 feet taller than me.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to kind of just leap into her arms, give her a big hug, and attempt to cast Lay on Hands.
Go for it.
This will only end well, I'm certain of it.
Yes, of course.
Which says that on a 10 plus, I heal 1d8 or remove 1 disease. And
Yep.
I'm just going to see if this does anything.
Yep. Also says roll charisma.
Yes, but here's my other question. From when I used I am the law before, does that +1 forward apply to this?
Yes, because you haven't done anything else.
Okay.
Also, you got to give us a halala as you're doing this.
Yes.
Do I?
Yep.
Obligatory.
I am not contractually bound to halala.
You're the one who put it in, so yes.
Yeah,
you
I am
according
not
to
the one
chat,
who
you
put it
are.
in. I did not make the channel point reward.
You
I
wanted
am
it.
not contractually bound by this.
All right, and Breck, if you're still in there, take it out.
No more halalas. I'm sorry, James, you've been lied to.
Give him his
I'm
points
not
back.
contract. Show me where in my contract it says I have to halala if someone redeems it.
I'm
my man.
removing
We
the
don't
channel
have
redemption.
Wait.
contracts.
Sadie, didn't you say last week if it was James, you would do it?
Well, yes, I'm gonna do it because it's James. I didn't see. I don't have chat pulled up. I didn't see who redeemed it.
Of course it's James. Who
James,
else
for
would it
you,
be?
I will always halala. You don't even have to redeem points.
Well, that's good, because there's no more redemption for it. Anyway, what'd
Anyways,
you roll?
back to my lay on hands.
The very last Halala ever done.
I'll always do it for James. He doesn't need to redeem points. He just
Not
needs
if you
to ask
die
me.
here.
That's true.
Oh! 13!
Oh my
Ooh.
god.
Ooh.
Are you healing, or are
Very
you
nice.
removing a disease?
Because the nymph has not been struck yet, I'm going to attempt to remove one disease.
Okay. You all watch as that tendril becomes more and more clear. And then you watch it snap. Eloise is immediately dropped to the earth. Though nothing tries to spear her on the way down.
Am I unrooted?
Wait, like the nymph disappeared?
No, she just dropped you.
No, I'm holding on tight.
Alright, roll to defy danger with strength -2.
-2? Why do I have -2?
Because she don't want you there. And
Fine.
consent's important.
Defy danger with -2. 7.
You drop to the ground.
Isn't 7 a success?
Partial. You're not hurt.
Oh.
Still got just 1 foot.
And she stumbles back. Kind of laying against the tree. And then melting into it.
That was mine.
One paw lands on the ground beside the tree. Another, the complete opposite side of the tree. This massive panther-like being comes into focus. Shrinks so it's more your level, though still bigger than any cat any of you has ever seen. Just begins stalking around the clearing.
I gave you an out. Now I will feast on your flesh. Who's first?
I will step in front of Sai and defend.
Roll to defend.
9. Hold 1.
Alright. It is... What? You are defending Sai, correct?
Yes.
Okay. It sees you as the defender, and it realizes you're the strong one. But if you've chosen to defend something, that something must be important. So it is going for Sai. Just leaps out, claws there. Sai, I need you to roll a d12.
That is a 5.
What's your armor?
Oh gosh.
Also
It
your-
is 1.
So you take 4 points unless Indomitus wants to spend that hold.
I'm going to open up the attacker to an ally, giving that ally +1 forward against the attacker.
Alright. So, Sai, you take 4 points of damage as it feels like where the claws hit, It doesn't feel like you're being scratched. It feels like that part of your body is being erased from existence.
Ouch. All right.
Lands past you, so it's now in the middle of the clearing, kind of staring down Pudine at this point from its position. Pudine, yes, the roots have abated. You are no longer speared.
Cool.
Indomitus defended, so I think we skipped Sai, so we'll go to Sai.
Alright. I'm gonna try and put a little bit of distance between me and this thing, but still keeping eyes on it, and just asking, what are you? What is your purpose here? Clearly you didn't come from here. What do you want?
Does not seem eager to respond with words in this moment. You have taken
Fine.
one of its treasures. It does not care what you have to say.
Fine. Then, out of the two, which one seems worse right now? Hermbler or Pudine?
Definitely Pudine.
Okay, then I will try and cast Cure Moderate Wounds.
So you're running up to Pudine?
Is that a touch spell?
You tell me. I thought it was, but...
That's a good question. Up until this point, I had assumed it wasn't, but if you want it to be, I guess it can.
It's not necessarily what I want. It's literally would say, heal an ally you touch of 2d8 damage.
Okay, then yeah, I guess before retreating, I will go up to her and touch her.
Alright, go for it. Roll to cast a spell.
7, 8. Again, 11.
Okay, goes off without a hitch.
Okay, so 2d8.
Meanwhile, Pudine, you're on deck.
Cast a spell.
So that's 10 total, plus 7.
10 total plus 7. 10 total plus 7, 17. Pudine, you heal 17, or as much as your hit points can take.
Frick yeah.
And I will retreat again, knowing what Indomitus is trying to do. I will comply.
Are you going behind it? So you are circling this cat.
I mean, what else am I gonna do?
You literally go to the other side of the cat and then circle around it again to get behind Indomitus.
Okay. Well, if I'm there with Pudine, if I put some distance between myself and the cat in the other direction, where is that going to put me in relation to everything else that's happening?
Pudine and Eloise would be in between you and the cat would be between you and Indomitus.
And what about the stone? Where is that?
Hanging in the tree.
And I guess that's my main question.
That
Where...
would also be between you and Pudine, roughly. You'd be next to it, more or less.
Okay. Alright, not going to actually do anything with it, because I don't think I can at this point. But, yeah, I'll plant myself there.
Alright. Pudine, you're casting a spell. What are you casting?
I'm gonna run over to the nearest tree and tap it and cast telepathy. I want to talk to the dryad who left.
Tree is not a person.
I saw the dryad go in there, and there's a person in there. That it is the forest, right?
Yeah.
Right, DM?
I'm
Is it
gonna
not?
say roll 2d6,
Okay.
adding nothing. Because yes, the nymph is the forest. A forest is not a person. A forest is a forest.
It's got a spirit. I got a 7.
When you think about it, isn't a forest just a person?
Just a person.
When you
make a
really think
connection
about
to
it.
something.
Okay.
You're not sure if it's her or something else, but you have a connection.
And I'm like, hey, we just saved you. Can you help us, please?
Okay.
And that's it.
Eloise.
Okay. So the dryad melded into a tree.
Yep.
The person
And
dryad.
then
The nymph. The nymph. Not even nymph dryad, just nymph.
the nymph melded into a tree. And then this big ass cat has come
If
down.
you attack it,
and said,
give +1.
You took my treasure.
Mm-hmm.
Do I get the sense that this giant cat is what was controlling that nymph?
Yes, based on conversations and actions of cat, yes.
I'm asking because I'm trying not to metagame because Eloise is very stupid.
I gotcha.
And I need other people to make these decisions for me or I will feel like I'm metagaming. Okay. So, with that in mind, Eloise is going to pull out her halberd and run up and bonk the kitty on the head.
Okay. Roll to hack and slash.
+1.
Do I get +1 forward against this, or was it against the nymph?
Against this
Against
because
this.
of Indomitus's defense.
Ah, thank you. Okay. +12.
Yeah. You can choose to avoid its attack, or you can take damage and deal 1d6 extra.
I will deal an extra d6.
Go ahead and roll your damage first.
Oh, I gotta remember how to do this. That, plus that. Okay. Come on. For love! Wow, that is really good. Well, I
A little
roll a
more specific.
d10, I roll a d10, a d8, and a d6
Mm-hmm.
plus 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I rolled a 10, a 6, and a 6. So that's 23.
Holy shit. Yeah.
23 minus 2. 21, still. Roll a d12.
I get a d12 out again. Where did I put my rainbow d12 again? 4.
You take... That's your armor, isn't it?
Yep.
So you don't take damage, but roll a d6.
1.
Your halberd starts melting where it contacted the cat. You have -1 to attack and damage with the halberd until it is repaired.
Okay.
I say attack and damage because you bonked, not stabbed, so it kind of hit the wood part. Anyway, not the point. Continue.
Well, a halberd is like a hammer, and then it has the.
No, a halberd's an axe.
Big axe on a big end of a big pole.
Big stick.
Mm-hmm.
Sai, you're on deck, by the way.
Yeah. Oh, I thought it was a hammer. No, I would have bonked it with the axe part.
All right, in that case, just damage.
When you
Just
box,
damage?
when you
now.
box someone with an
Okay.
axe.
I
Sai.
thought it was like a hammer and a sword and a spear put together.
Sai, you're up.
All right. Yeah, I mean, I put all of my spells into that big one, and yeah, nothing offensive, so I can't do much to the kitty. How high up is this stone?
The lowest branch is probably a good 15 feet in the air, and that's where it's tied
great.
to.
Great. Okay. Then I can't do very much at the moment. Pudine, you're doing okay?
Yeah, I'm at full health now.
Okay. Then I don't know. Is there an equivalent to holding an action in this game? Not really.
Not really,
If not,
but
it's
you could
fine.
choose to go after somebody else. It's fine. There's not really
Yeah.
the equivalent of initiative either, so...
I feel like if the cat is basically in between me, I don't want to get too far from that stone right now. I just want to keep an eye on it and make sure. At the very
Try to
least,
knock it out. You could try
With
to knock it out
what?
like a pinata.
What?
Just like throw rocks at it, or do you have a sword, or
I do not have a sword.
grab
I
a
have,
stick and like.
I have my staff. I am 5.5 feet, and I have a staff. That's really.
You could
about it.
aid or interfere.
You
You
could
could
do
always
that.
do that.
Could help your friends.
How?
It's the aid and interfere action. It's you roll 2d6, add 1 because you only have one bond with any person. You tell me who you're trying to help, and depending on the roll, that's how well it goes for you.
All right. Yeah, I mean, especially it's going to be interesting considering the last couple of sessions, but yeah, she would try and aid Indomitus if she could against this thing.
Sure, go ahead and roll 2d6, add 1.
6, 7, 8, 9 total.
Okay, you do it. Basically, you run up, getting this cat's attention. Again, you were the thing being protected, so the fact that you're coming closer is intriguing to it. But you put yourself in harm's way. It is focused on you. And that's the trade-off. Indomitus, what are you doing?
All right. Seeing this and not liking this situation all that much right now, I will just move under the stone, look at the cat, big cat, and shout, "Enough!" Do I get its attention?
Sort of. Literally all of you are on the same side right now, so it's paying attention to you, but it could very easily turn on one of your companions.
Or I spend my second hold for Evil Eye since I got a 10. Well, I got an 11, and it freezes.
Yeah.
Kind of flinches away, stares you down.
Get the stone. I don't have time for this. We need to go.
What's everybody doing?
Maintaining eye contact.
Whenever it's my turn, I'll cast another spell.
What you casting?
Oh yeah, magic missile. Whew. Wait, is that? That's not. That is the damage. Wow.
Yeah.
That's at the branches.
Okay. They
Trying to
shudder a
rock the
little
thing
bit.
out.
You don't quite break through.
Yeah. Okay.
Eloise.
That's my name.
Kitty, that's my dice. Stop. She's literally rolling her own dice over here.
That's great.
I am.
What you doing?
Bold choices. Bold choices only.
So what was it exactly that Indomitus just said?
Get the stone. I don't have time for this. We need to go.
Okay. I will respond. I'm not leaving Rebecca. And I will take the axe part of my halberd that has been slightly melted, and I will bonk the kitty on the head again.
Do it.
And it was only a -1 to damage, right?
Correct.
Okay. So it is...
Does she get advantage or something? Because can't move?
No.
Okay.
And I have a +1 forward from I Am the Law, correct?
No.
Then
That
what was the
dissipated
+1?
and was only against the nymph. And +1 forward disappears when you use it.
Got it. Okay. So this is just a normal hack and slash.
Mm-hmm.
11.
You can choose to do the extra d6 but take damage, or you can choose to just do the d10 and d8.
I will do the extra d6.
Okay.
Have you ever gotten below a 10 on hack and slash? Because this is kind of incredible.
No, she
I
hasn't.
don't think so.
Amazing.
That is also good. 18.
Is that with the -1?
Yes.
So 18 minus 2, 16. Roll a d12 for me.
Actually, wait. I know which one I want to use. Okay. This is my lesbian pride D12.
Hope it rolls high.
Nice.
I am channeling the power of all the lesbians in the world.
It's gotta roll
Give
high.
me your energy.
It's gotta roll high.
And also, if any of you are like single and like in the Minnesota area, hit me up.
Roll
Like,
your die.
Save it for the plugs.
3.
You don't take damage, but roll a d6.
2.
You have now combined -3 to all damage with the halberd, and a -1 to hack and slash with it.
Okay.
As this thing is, every time the axe goes in, less of it comes out.
Okay. So -3 to damage, -1 to hit.
It is seething. It can't move. It can't act.
Get the rock!
Sai, what are you doing?
I physically have nothing that I can reach it with. And I'm just keep screaming, "Get the rock!"
I'm standing underneath it.
You really want me to get on top of you to get this thing?
He wants you to get it. I don't think he cares how you get it.
I do not care how.
Bash
Okay.
the
There's a reason I went to stand underneath
in
it.
in the most awkward moment ever, Sai is gonna look back and kind of think maybe she would rather take her chances with the panther, but will eventually just tell Indomitus, just hold still, all right? Let's see what we can do here, and I will physically get on top to see if I can grab this thing.
You won't be able to grab it, but you might be able to hit it out. Roll hack and slash.
Is that just a
Horseback
straight?
pinata.
More or less.
Is that just a straight 2d6?
2d6 plus whatever your strength modifier is.
I don't think she's very strong. Let me double check. Yeah,
Or
no.
minus
Okay.
whatever her strength modifier is. I don't know.
Thankfully, no minus, but no pluses either. So, thankfully, don't need it. That is a 12.
Okay. Roll your damage. Also, did somebody grab the bucket? Just checking. After it beamed Eloise in the head.
Not yet.
We are going to lose the magic bucket before we ever had it.
No.
And we
That
got
is-
bucket emote too.
I got a 4.
Okay. These branches are not the strongest. They crack and break, and the moonstone falls.
Ow.
Can I catch it?
It's
Can I catch
Indomitus
it?
in the head, but you catch it after that.
So,
Little fumble.
And it almost just seems like you are holding literal glowing light in your hands. But it's solid. It's physical. And the panther is staring at you with pure, unbridled hatred. It's ignoring the one who keeps hitting it in the head.
Houdin?
What are you doing?
Houdin, get the bucket. You, Panther, we are leaving. Do not follow us if you value your life. Everyone else, go. Once you get 50 feet, I will follow.
gonna hold you to that.
Defy danger dex to sprint away?
No. There's no danger yet.
Get the bucket.
Well, yeah, Pudine grabs bucket and just starts sprinting back towards the way they came.
Okay. Eloise.
I already told you. I'm not leaving Rebecca. Bonk.
Go for it.
Okay. -1 to this.
Yep.
So that is that. +2, which, keeping in theme so far, is an 11, still over 10.
That's with the -1.
That is with the -1.
All right. Same question.
I will do an extra d6.
Okay.
Oh my god.
I have yet to take damage from putting myself out there yet. Thank you, lesbians of the world. And I have -3 to damage.
Mm-hmm.
I normally get +1 from the 100. So whatever I roll, -2.
Yep.
Okay. That is, again, still very good. Like, really good. 15, 21, -2 is 19 damage.
Damn.
Roll a d12.
Okay.
Skip the speech, just roll it.
I need the speech.
Well,
the
then I'm
speech
gonna
is
roll
good
it.
luck. The speech is good luck.
Then I'm
No,
gonna
let
roll
Steven roll it. It will not end well.
James, you are an honorary lesbian. Give me a halala in chat.
Oh my god.
it. I'm not waiting for the delay to catch
3.
up. 3. Roll a d6.
Here, this one. 2.
The halberd does -5 damage. Because
Okay.
there's no longer an axe head.
Okay.
And you have a cumulative -2 to attack with it.
-2 to attack, -5 to damage.
So it's
I'm
just
gonna
a stick now?
Right,
Yeah,
I remember that.
basically.
No, I still have the pointy end.
The pointy end was attached to the axe head.
Isn't it attached? And is my understanding of what a halberd... Like, I'm looking at a picture right now.
We're not going to talk about this right now. Anyway. The panther does melt into shadow, unable to hold its form any longer. There's no words. Just 2 ember eyes glowing hatred towards Sai, and no other. Panthers no more, what are you doing?
I
Trees are
suggest
being
we
blown
leave
around
this
you.
place.
Yep. We gonna go? We're gonna leave?
As we're leaving, can I just take a look at the tree where... Is it a nymph or a dryad?
It
Because
is a
I've heard
nymph.
both. Okay. Alright. So can I just take a look at the tree the nymph melted into on our way? Not like giving it the once over, just sort of a glance as we're leaving to see if I notice anything.
The trees are starting to thaw, but other than that, no movement, no. Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, gonna head out.
I am going to run up to that tree that the nymph melted into.
Oh boy.
Rebecca? It's safe to come out now.
Alice Snow just dumps right on her head.
No response.
Eloise. It wasn't meant to be. Come on. There is another nymph in some other forest for you, I'm sure.
Rebecca?
It's okay. We'll get you a drink, get back in town. Where is the closest town?
I'm not going to answer that. Your friends can.
Yeah, where we
I don't
just
know.
came from. It's like maybe a 30 to 60-minute walk.
Okay.
It's pretty quick.
How far are we from the volcano?
Couple days.
Couple of days. We got what we needed from the volcano. Why?
Does Sai hear that?
Mm-hmm. Eloise, what you doing?
She has definitely moved to a different tree, so I'm going to step over to the tree to the left. Rebecca!
You literally go to the edge of the clearing from the middle of the clearing. You get whacked in the head by a falling branch. You're fine, your armor takes it, but... Are
Is
you
this
staying?
because I called you mommy? I'm sorry. It just slipped out.
The
We
rest of
can
you are
come
going to
back.
town. Eloise, you tell me how many D12 I'm rolling before you leave.
I feel like at some point someone in the party just grabs Eloise by the collar and
I
starts dragging
don't
her.
know if I believe that.
If no one does,
Sai wouldn't drag her by the collar, but fairly soon after the whole "sorry I called you mommy" thing, she would gently move her body and push her in the correct direction as the rest of us.
Is that enough to
Gently.
get Sai out? I mean, Eloise out?
not if you're doing it gently.
Okay.
All right.
Pudine will
I-
tug
We're going this route.
rudely.
I will.
Like, oh,
I will
gotta go.
stick the butt of the spear
3,
underneath the armor
8,
and lift Eloise onto my back.
16, 24, 27. How many hit points do you have, Eloise?
Currently,
Yeah.
20.
That's easy to do in Domitus because they're unconscious, because a tree beat them up. I'm gonna say you're not dying because I don't want to roll that right now, but you're not moving under your own power anymore.
Someone apply poultices as we walk.
Yeah.
You tell me Tooth looks vaguely more sad than you've ever seen him. And less spirited.
And with that, we take our 5. Somebody will heal Eloise, I'm sure, and we'll pick up again with you in Therengar once more. See you all in a bit.
Unknown centuries later is when our story begins.
How is it that I might help you?
I don't know if this is poetic or ironic, but like right as we went to break, I got a Tinder notification that I matched with someone named Rebecca.
Oh no.
Well, I
That's
hope you all
insane.
enjoyed that little tidbit, because now it's going to live forever on at least YouTube.
Oh my gosh.
Hi, everybody.
Howdy!
Hi.
Hello.
Hi.
Do me a favor, everybody, roll 2d6.
But I have to sit
There's a
up
cat
for
in my
that.
lap.
6.
7.
8.
8.
Yahtzee!
And me too, don't worry about it.
Okay.
Pudine, Eloise, Sai. Forest is warm. Almost too warm. You swear there's fire around you. But there's not. There's nothing. And after a moment, you kind of focus and the thought vanishes. It's normal temperature. Probably just because the snow and the ice is melting off the trees as you pass. Meanwhile, in Domitus, you are very distracted as Einok has not shut up since you started your trek back. So, I gave them the note. I told them that you were going somewhere, but I didn't know where, so I didn't tell them, and that was because you didn't tell me where you were going. But anyway, how did you get here? You just kind of appeared, and where did Aranway go? Because he kind of was where you showed up standing, but he's not there anymore, and I looked. There wasn't a smudge. So it's not like you landed on him, but like he's also just not there. So like, did you send him somewhere? Are you a wizard? Are you a wizard?
I'm a wizard.
Shh.
Pudine is a wizard.
But like, you did magic. You just appeared. Nobody can do that. Okay, very few things can do that. Okay, I haven't met a person. There are a lot of creatures that seem to be able to do that, but I haven't met a person who can do that. How'd you do it?
Must have been that damn bucket.
The bucket's actually magic?
Of course the bucket is magic. What did you think it was? It told us about the end of the world.
I thought it was a bucket! I thought we were indulging you, but apparently it's a magic bucket!
Wait, Pudine, I thought that was you.
I mean, it was me, but it's glowing now. I don't think this bucket is the same as what we saw before.
Oh. We should go back.
Where?
Go back
Where I was. I think we can use it as a source of unfettered magic.
The bucket? No, that wouldn't work. The bucket has the magic tied up in itself. It's a magic item now. Magic items are, by nature, fettered magic. Magic contained within an object. But then, if you're not talking about that, what are you talking about?
Place. Very special, sacred, sad place.
If it gets me through the door, good enough for me. Onward!
Back to town first. We won't make it in time for... Doesn't matter now. To town.
I thought something needed to die, or like we had to get it from a place of power.
Yes. Where do you think I'm taking you?
To kill a lot of stuff, it sounds like. The ducks? Are we
Don't
gonna
have to.
slaughter the
They're-
ducks?
They're already dead.
Well, if the magic's still there, I hope. But it does leave eventually.
I think this magic is still there.
Okay.
You head back to there.
Let's rest up.
You're able to
Do we?
rest.
What did we need this rock for?
Oh right.
That's piece of the moon.
Putin's gonna like sit on the ground and do the
I
thing.
had. Sorry, you go.
Oh, sorry. Actually, she should probably just do that at the end because I don't know how much time she needs.
No.
Can always do it when you're back at the temple, when you have everything assembled.
Yeah.
But you go back to Therangar, you are all able to heal fully. Is there anything else
Fully?
you want to do in town before heading off to the graveyard?
Fully heal?
Fully
You
healed.
said? Okay.
Nice.
Not only if you're conscious, right?
No. Fully healed.
I don't know what the cheaper option would be, but I'd like to either repair my current halberd or buy a new one.
I have a blacksmith skill. Could I just make another one, halberd?
I would say you're going to have to either buy a full new one or buy Indomitus. You can, but it'll take time. How much time do you think you have?
Not a lot. Buy a new one.
Okay. How much does a new one cost?
Ba-dum-bum, ba-dum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum, ba-da-bum-bum. Halberd, 9 coins.
9 coins. Okay. I have a new halberd.
Wunderbar. Yeah, you kind of show it, your old one, to the blacksmith. Like, can you fix this at all? Like, quickly? They don't even know what you did to it. Like, that level of damage should not exist. But here it is. But you are able to acquire a new one. It looks like it was originally built for, like, an elf, and they just kind of took an axe to the bottom half, so it was sized appropriately. But you have a halberd. And you all depart. You are undertaking a perilous journey. I need 3 people to make wisdom checks. Who's doing it?
Wait, before during the night when we're at the inn, can I know what the Brightling Moon Shard does?
Doesn't do anything.
Oh.
It's just part of the moon.
It glows
Okay.
a lot.
It does glow.
Okay.
Like, to the point where if it's in your room, it seems like it's daylight in there.
Oh wow, okay. I have no benefit to wisdom, so someone else should go.
I can.
Whoops.
I've got a +3. Let me roll.
Same.
I need 3 of you to do it. There's no no-scos in this situation.
Nice.
Cool. What job did you have, Poutine?
Rations.
Quartermaster, got it.
What are the other two?
Scout and Trailblazer.
I'll do Trailblazer.
I can scout again.
Alright. So, Poutine got a 3. Sai, what'd you get?
Got a 15. Hot damn.
Nice.
And Indomitus?
12.
All right. Yeah, on a 10 plus. So, Indomitus, you know where you're going. You're not exactly sure where the fuck on Quelmar you are right now, but you know where the end destination is. And you know how to get there quickly. Sai, you make sure danger nowhere near you. However, at some point, Pudine lost track of the rations. And by lost track, I mean she let Einok eat like a lot of it. It's gonna take you all 6 uses of rations to get there.
Jesus Christ.
Would have taken 4, but... Come on, there we go. Did you hear that last part, Pudine?
Everyone uses 6, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wunderbar. But eventually,
Jeez.
you all come to the graveyard. There's more wear and tear to this place in Domitus. No more extreme damage as what the thing did when you were present. But some damage has come here. The rest of you see rows and rows of headstones. Shattered rock, seemingly at random. Dust littering the grass beneath your feet. What do you all do as you enter this place?
Everyone, this is the site of my last army. The last I will ever lead. I come here every once in a while when I seek advice or meditation, because it reminds me of my mistakes and how I can move forward. That's why I decided to come here. Because I wasn't sure what the correct path forward was. I know that you did not agree with me during the fight at the volcano. And what I was able to remember while I was here is that trust in your friends is the most important part in a fight. So I am sorry that I did not trust you, Sai. You have all shown great strength on this journey. Although it may not be the same strength that I show daily. But it is strength in and of itself. Pudine, you showed the strength to think cleverly in battle and dive into active lava to get something we needed. Citizen Doctor, you showed strength in joining me in battle, even if you did not necessarily make the choice to join, but you showed strength in attacking. Sai, you showed strength in loyalty. You helped us even though you didn't agree with us, and that is what I needed to remember. So I thank you for helping me here. This site seems to have been infested by a being or multiple beings that come out of the graves, and I don't know if it is the remnants of my army or something new. But you mentioned that the dead may be an answer, and before I was teleported to the middle of that glade, I was attacked by something that appeared very deadly. All I ask is that when we enter this place, that you be respectful of my friends, and that we find what's going on here and we trap every last bit of magic that it has.
All right.
All right. And I will lead them on my usual path, even though it's not a direct route to Broden's grave. Because it's the only path I've ever known. Rambling through various graves.
You all begin this serpentine path, if you choose to follow Indomitus. Okay. Weaving through, you notice a few places where the tombstones have been kind of sheared off halfway. Some locations missing their grave markers. The indentations in the earth not covered. Until you come to a very particular grave. One where the grass is matted more than the rest. Broden's grave.
I don't... This is usually where I come. I don't know if whatever was here and attacked me last time will do the same. But we should be on the lookout.
What did it look like?
A ghost, a wraith, a specter, like nothing I'd seen before. That's why I guessed it was dead or undead. But I don't know. I don't even know if it's the unfettered magic. Just a guess. But I thought it was the closest that we could get. Oh, also it turned the bucket magic. The bucket was definitely not magic before, and then it shot a lightning bolt at the bucket, and now the bucket is magic.
What the... is... The bucket was not... Okay, wait. Was the bucket magic or not?
You have to believe that the bucket is magic.
How long do I have to sit with an object for me to find its use?
What are you using?
My ability. Oh, enchanter ability.
I'm gonna say probably... Hours aren't really real.
What is time?
She's just gonna sit there with the bucket until something happens. How about that?
Sure.
Okay.
Doesn't take long.
Okay.
For something to happen, I mean, not for you to figure
Okay.
out the bucket. The bucket is its own monster.
Rats.
But first, hydrate or dehydrate.
Have fun with the dihydrate, kiddos.
I'm ready to dihydrate.
I haven't hydrated yet. Can I choose to hydrate?
Yes.
Yes.
I
Since I'm drinking alcohol, is that dihydrating?
Yes.
You all hear this from different parts of the cemetery. Indomitus, what was Broden? Who was Broden?
Broden was a newly joined private in the army. He was never really supposed to be in the front lines. He was supposed to be still in training. Towards the back. He didn't really know how to wield a spear yet.
Centaur?
A centaur, but a small one. Smaller than most centaur. But he was very smart. He became my scribe after some time and would send out a lot of my missives. And he followed me into battle that day, despite the order not to. And I was not paying close enough attention to notice. I was too focused on the enemy.
You turn to follow the source of that laughter, and instead see a familiar centaur. Why'd you let me follow?
Rodin. I
Shouldn't have been there. You know it.
never
Both
should
know
have.
it.
I'm so sorry, Broden.
Sorry doesn't bring me back.
I know.
Sorry doesn't fix this. And as he turns, half the face is just skull. Flesh still decaying where it meets bone. Sai, you follow the source of the laughter. And you aren't looking at a graveyard anymore. You're looking at ocean. The endless sea that surrounds the continent. Sitting atop the waves, staring at the sunset. You've never seen him, not for real. But you know you're God when you're looking at him. Why do you abandon your people?
I didn't. I mean, you knew what I was like. I had to see what was inward on land. Everyone knew it.
Heretics. We know what's on land. People so full of themselves as to believe their idols true. And only. And you walk with them. Believe them.
You were proud of me for that. You wanted me to be an ambassador for our people.
I am a god of the sea. What use do I have for inland-dwelling followers who've never seen an ocean in their lives, will never see an ocean in their lives, never know the wrath of the waves or the monsters that dwell beneath?
I thought you'd be proud.
Of you?
Maybe.
Who would ever be? Hootie. You follow the source of the laughter and you don't see a person. You don't see a graveyard. You see your home. Burning. Most of the houses have already fallen. You see people in the sense that they are, corpses littering the ground. Burned, scattered. What do you do?
Kind of just tilt my head. And then she's gonna do a few things. She's gonna try to count her fingers. Does she have the correct amount?
Yeah.
She's gonna try to like hold her breath by plugging her nose. Could she do that too?
Harder to do because there's smoke getting in there, but
And then she's gonna ask herself if she's dreaming. I try to slap herself.
a house collapses next to you.
Mm-hmm.
You don't wake up. You hear screams as another building further down falls.
She's just gonna walk through the town and approach her own home, or where it would be, to see what it looks like.
Ash. The center of the blaze. The source, if you will.
Does she believe like she's reliving this event, or what?
That's not for me to say.
Discern realities.
One question.
Yeah. Okay. What here is not what it appears to be.
Roll 2d6.
Okay.
You're not home. You're
Mhm.
still in the graveyard. Consciously, you know this.
Yeah.
And as you kind of reach out, you still feel the heat pouring off the flames.
She's going to reach. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead.
She has relived this nightmare before. So she's going to try to like logic her way out of it. She's going to reach in her pocket to see if the fire stone is still in there.
Heart is there.
Okay, she's going to try to go absorb the fire.
Okay, we'll come back to you.
Okay.
Eloise, you follow the laughter. You are not in a graveyard. Not entirely sure you're on Quelmar. You're in a desert. Vast, unending, and alone. What do you do?
Is there anything in any direction that I can see?
Nothing. And you come to realize you're missing a few things. You don't have your halberd. You're not wearing armor. You don't have your god's holy symbol.
Immediately, I'm just going to start scrambling around within like 10 feet of me in every direction to see if it's maybe buried, like my holy symbol is maybe buried in the sand or something.
It's going to take you some time. We'll come back to that. Poudine, roll 3d6.
Oh my. 10.
You take 5 points of fire damage because you are resistant to the flame.
And it goes through armor?
It's fire. It doesn't care about your armor.
Okay. Even though it's magical armor?
So is the fire.
Ah. Frick.
That's the other half of what's not appears to be. The flame is real. You
Yep.
determined that. But you know magic's at play. And if that magic's at play, there's one of two options. Either a magic user who has it out for you, Or Indomitus's original assessment was correct, and you have found pure, unfettered magic that seems to have a consciousness of its own.
Can I use my detect magic cantrip to find the source?
Sure, we'll get back to that. Indomitus, what are you doing? As you stare down Broden.
There's nothing I can do, Broden. There's nothing I will ever be able to do that will bring you or anyone else back. I know this. But I will try to not make the mistakes again. Mistakes that I made last time. And it's... Why now? Why do you come to me like this now? After so many times here before.
Because I understand now. Because there's something you can do now. If not to bring us back, to bring us peace.
There is? Tell me.
You can fucking join us. Faster than you can imagine, he is in front of you, and his arm is through your chest. Go ahead and roll me a d10.
5.
You take 5 points of damage.
Ignore armor.
Ignores armor.
Sweet.
Sai. Rion stands. I think your time away is over. You've been a waste. Perhaps my next one will be better. In the meantime, you can rejoin the waves. The sea is rising up around him. What are you doing?
Well, the god that pretty much has been behind everything in her life and was totally behind her with her decision to move inland and be an ambassador for the people, just told her who would ever be proud of you. So her world is rocked. She'd take a few steps back and just try to, almost like dissociating for a second, to just try and get away from his voice and all of the insecurities that she's been carrying with her that seem to have been confirmed. Yeah, she's gonna retreat as much as she can, take as many steps away from the situation.
Okay. Roll me, let's say 2d6.
That is 6 total.
You take 6 points of damage as the wave hits you, drags you beneath the waves, and you begin to drown. You shouldn't be able to. You should be able to breathe, but you can't. Eloise. You're digging. Are you doing anything else as you dig, or just trying to find that symbol?
I don't think I'm doing anything else. If I don't find it in the immediate, 10-foot radius of me, I'll just slowly keep expanding out, like in a spiral.
All right. It's helpful because the sand is getting closer to your face each time. No, wait, you're getting closer to the sand each time. No, wait, you're getting pulled under the sand.
Jeff, what?
Hi, Jeff. This is what you missed.
Hey.
I'm achieving Sadie's dream of becoming shorter.
Yeah, while we're in this level of achievement, could you roll me 2d6?
Oh, yeah.
Since we've determined that's where the suffocation point is.
7.
Cool. You take 7 points of damage as you begin suffocating beneath the sand. And you know, you are the same height under here. You are just buried alive.
Does Eloise know that?
Yeah.
She's pretty stupid.
Poudine, what'd you roll for casting a spell?
Oh. 6.
You go to
I get
cast
XP for failing.
experience for failing.
Yes.
I'll give you this. This is Indomitus was right. This is magic. This is pure, unfettered, sentient magic. Not an undead, not a dead creature. A conglomeration of magic that has become a force of its own.
Okay.
And it just took all the spell energy you tried to put into detect magic
Yeah.
and put it into itself. And the fire springs up around you once more.
Alrighty. I'm still clutching my rock
Mm-hmm.
as much as I can. I'm gonna try to cast another spell.
Okay.
Also, do I lose to spell magic or it's a cantrip?
Nope,
so I
spell
don't
just
roll.
fails.
Another one. 8.
Unwelcome attention, -1 to cast a spell until you prepare again, or this time you lose it.
I'll do -1 forward.
-1
And-
ongoing, to be clear.
Okay. And I cast Cage.
What are you casting
I'm gonna
cage
try
on?
to- Some of the fire.
Okay.
Target is held in a cage of magical force. Nothing can get in or out. The cage remains. I want it to be large enough so that I could hold the cage.
Yeah, you've got fire in a cage.
Nice. Well, okay, rock one hand, fire in the cage another. Can I just hold the cage?
Oh, you only want a little bit of fire.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
just,
that's fine.
Just have to hold on to. Yeah. Yep.
It's the
Okay.
second round you're holding the rock?
Yes.
Okay. What's everybody else doing as you're dying slowly?
Can I discern realities?
Yes, you can.
6.
Experience. It's
Oh, wait. Do I get wisdom for that?
Yeah, it's discern realities.
9.
You get one question.
Oh, jeez. What here is not what it appears to be.
Roll 2d6.
4.
He's not real. You know this. Consciously, you know this. This is not real. Broden is dead. Broden is not here. His ghost is not trying to kill you right now. Which means a malevolent bunch of magic is in your head trying to kill you right now.
Okay. Here's what I want to do.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Broden. The only way I can put you at rest is to take whatever has infested this place. And I try to grab the bucket and scoop Broden into it.
Roll 2d6.
What?
Roll for
Whatever
scooping.
is your lowest stat, add that to it.
That's an 8 minus 1 charisma, so 7. Oh, but I get a +1 because I discerned realities.
Yeah.
And I get a +1 for that?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
You get +1 when acting
If you
on the
consider this
answers.
combat, I don't know. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Cool.
You put the bucket and hear that screech again as Broden is fully sucked up into the bucket. You blink, you're in the graveyard, the rest of your friends are just standing. Pudine has a cage of nothing in their hand. This strange spectral cage, and is holding the rock, and you see the pink flesh of their hands starting to go a bit red. And your two other friends seem like they can't breathe.
Fun.
Also, there's a specter of pure magic sitting on Broden's grave, just staring at you. Leaves back.
Okay.
All right.
Ah,
I'm going to
bucket.
say, roll 2d6.
Nothing else?
Nothing else. I'll
3.
allow you to add dex.
3.
3? Yeah. Experience. Well, we don't know. It's actually we do, even if I'm giving it to. Yeah, roll experience for failure. You go to do it, and it just leaps back, smashing into and through another gravestone as it moves.
All right. Now that it's distracted, which was my plan all along, I'm going to go run over to my friends and try to a bucket. Do something with the bucket.
Right. I'm going to say you just broke yourself out. So, Sai, what are you doing?
All right, she's gonna keep backing up a bit, and then probably crouch down.
So it's worth noting you're
And-
not on land. You can't walk. You're in the middle of the ocean, drowning.
Then yeah, she is. It's not even going to be a word so much as just a feeling at this point, but she is going to close her eyes tightly, turn away from Rian in front of her, but just put her hand out, and again, I doubt it's even a conscious thought at this point. It's just everything inside her is just screaming out, help.
Are you trying to do anything, or are you just screaming help?
I mean, I don't even have there's not really even a move that I have for that. That's pretty much where her mind would be right now.
Roll plus intelligence.
Uh, 10.
You don't need my help. You're strong enough.
Is that coming from the one in front of her?
No. Breathe. Sigh.
Shall try.
Your body fights you at first. You already got a lung full of water. It don't want another one. But you breathe. And you blink and you are in the graveyard. Staring at Indomitos, holding an upside-down bucket, staring down a wraith of pure magic that is now looking at you with pure malevolence, as well as at Indomitus. I should clarify, when each of you look at... It's like one of those paintings that no matter where in the room you go, its eyes seem to follow you. You think it's looking at you. You don't think it's looking at the other person. Just to clarify how that feels. Eloise, what you doing?
Oh, me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm submerged in sand, right?
Yeah.
I think Eloise is panicking a lot and is on the verge of tears, but not because she's about to die, but because she's lost her symbol and she feels disconnected from God. And that's what's frightening her the most. And I think a lot of the struggle that she's doing is mental. She's not like physically squirming around or anything. And then she just closes her eyes and thinks back to the first night in her dream when God approached her and said, "Follow me, child." And she really focuses on the voice and tries to remember every detail that she can, and just thinks to herself over and over again, God has a plan. Either this is it or I will be spared. It is all part of God's plan.
Roll intelligence.
Oh, because I'm great at that.
I'm guessing you're getting experience.
So I have a -1 to intelligence, right?
So we're at 1.
And I just rolled snake eyes.
Yep, there we go.
Oh, yeah.
Roll me 2 more d6, please.
Yeah.
Hold on, marking experience. Is this for damage? I don't know if I want to roll these anymore.
Roll it.
12?
I rolled double sixes!
You take 12 points of damage as you continue to suffocate.
Re-roll it.
What's that ability?
Once per battle, you may re-roll a single damage roll, yours or someone else's.
I will allow it. Go ahead and roll 2 more d6.
I'm going to fish out some different d6s.
Yeah.
All right, let me know when you figure out your
Definitely.
damage. Pudine, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Hi. Does she see the fire in the cage?
Yeah.
Okay, is it doing anything? Did anything change in her environment as a result?
It's getting weaker because air can't get into the cage, technically speaking.
Really? Okay.
I will actually let you choose if air can get into the cage and feed the fire.
Yeah, air can get in.
Okay, then the fire's... nothing changes.
She's gonna step a good distance away from the fire. So, like, she's... well, all of it. But she'll take the cage, set it in front of her, and then sit cross-legged in it. Now she's just put the stone in her pocket and she's going to wait.
Okay.
And she's also going to spout lore about stuff that no one else knows. And she's just going to spout lore about the dream, well, what she's experiencing right now, which is a dream she's had before. So tell me something useful with a 10 about this experience.
Where are you getting the +1?
Fount of knowledge. It's the thing that says when I spout lore about something no one else has any clue about.
Yeah, okay, I'll allow it.
Special wizard ability.
So, this is the end. You are in what many from your village viewed as the end times. The earth will crumble. Fire will claim us. The oceans will split the land and lay claim to their world. In your vision from the bucket, this was followed by the world fully ending, disappearing, going devoid. Disaster is fated. A disaster will come. Maybe not today, maybe not tomorrow. But disaster will befall Quelmar. The difference is whether or not you get into that temple, how bad it is. You're not sure why, but you know that. Roll 3d6.
Damage.
Oh my.
How much damage, Eloise?
So I got out my gay dice,
Uh-huh.
and I probably should have done the speech and asked the lesbians for more power
Uh-huh.
because I rolled double sixes again.
You take 12 points of damage as you continue to suffocate beneath the sand.
I
What a
already
waste
marked
of my incredible ability.
You tried.
It's worth a try.
Oh boy. 13.
You take 13 points of fire damage as another nearby building collapses.
I'm at -1 health. What do I do?
You go unconscious, and
Okay.
we're gonna come to death's door in a minute. You know what? Let's do that first. We haven't done it yet.
Oh boy.
Oh, jeez.
I know we're not at the end of the stream, but can I make a quick plug?
What?
So I'm gonna post my Amazon wish list in Quelmar so
Nope.
people can buy me more D6s.
Anyway.
Because mine clearly hate me.
Just preemptively,
Uh-huh.
I don't know if this would help.
It will.
Okay.
Very good. Very good. For the audience, Sai has a fantastic move that gives anyone who does their last breath roll +1.
Which is what we're doing now. Poutine.
Yeah?
You're marked. You're gonna die.
Frick.
That comes later, my friend.
Okay.
That's
Oh
possible.
my gosh.
You might have to deal with the spectral entity that's eating magic before you do that.
Okay.
And also kind of realize that Poutine is dead. But that's a different issue. In Domitus and Sai, you do watch as Poutine collapses. Poutine. You stand in an open field. No more fire. No more pain. No more rock. No more cage. Just a massive black gate that opens at your arrival. What do you see beyond it?
Beyond the black gate.
What do you see of the afterlife?
It looks kind of like space, but I know it's not space because I've stared at the sky before. The black is blacker than the dark night sky, and the little specks of floating white light, they're moving around with some kind of a sentience, it seems like. And she thinks that they're souls, but she's not really sure.
You feel the pull of that gate. You're dead, my friend. All that remains is to cross the threshold.
She's gonna sit there and watch. She's gonna stare at the threshold for a little while before she goes in.
Okay. Indomitus, what you doing?
So the wraith is over there.
Yep.
Poudine is just collapsed, and Eloise is still just looking straight, doing nothing.
Eloise still appears like she cannot breathe.
Eloise still cannot breathe. Okay, good to know. Good to know. First things first. I'm going to put the bucket on Eloise's head.
Okay. Eloise, you watch as the sand begins to drop out from underneath you. Almost like it's water and you're in a bathtub and it's going down the drain and you aren't being taken with it. It's not quite a whirlpool. And when it's gone, you are back in the graveyard with your friends, with a bucket on your head. And Indomitus, you pull it away, and Eloise seems like they can breathe again.
Okay. Eloise, you're back. Sai, you're back. I don't know what it did to Poudine, but
Eloise, you see this wraith of magic staring at you. And you all just hear one word from a thing that has not spoken since you've become aware of it.
Mine.
And it starts leaping over gravestones and is headed towards Poudine. Sai, what are you doing?
Do I see at this point? Do I know she's dead, or do I just know she's not moving?
She's not breathing.
All right. Am I able to do that now then?
Maybe.
Indomitus, can you keep this thing off our backs?
that's what I know how to do best.
All right. I'm on it. And for the record, this is why I can't cast any other spells, because all she has is Revelation and Resurrection.
Oh my god.
Roll to cast a spell. -2, because magic itself is fighting you.
Okay. So wait. So it's +3 -2.
So +1.
It's the +1. So that's going to be 11 total. Is she good?
So here's the thing. Resurrection's not like a normal spell. It comes with some strings. Costs that need to be paid. You can do it. Resurrection is always possible. And with Rion's blessing, conditions will need to be met before Pudin is a solid, full human Rakshasa again. But it's going to take money. Offerings to the divines, not just Rion. Also, you need to sacrifice your connection to Rion. You need to sacrifice your connection to your god. The money can come later. The tithe to the other deities for allowing this to happen. But you need to sever the connection with Rion now. Or you can let it
highlight
fade.
something? Can I identify something for the decisions made?
For the what?
Before the decision was made, could I just mention something?
If it's above board, yes. If it's something Pudin would try to be telling Sai, no.
The bond that Pudin has with Sai is the cleric will play an important role in the events to come. I have foreseen it.
Sai wouldn't know it,
That's it.
but it's your choice. I'll give you a moment to consider as the spell is taking shape. Eloise, there's a very angry magic wraith headed straight towards you and your dead friend. What are you doing?
Is the bucket still on my head?
No, that has been removed.
Okay. First things first, hand immediately goes to clutch and feel if my holy symbol is there.
It's there.
Then there's a wraith coming towards me.
Yep. Well, sort of.
Can I tell who exactly it's going for between me and Domitus and Pudin, which is kind of a 3-minute level
It's
circle?
looking at you, but its body says it's going to Pudin.
Okay. It's Siri, please flip a coin. Everything like around Eloise just kind of starts to fade into the background for her, and she feels this wave of relief wash over her body, and she just collapses to the ground, both hands just clutching her symbol, and she starts crying because she thought she had truly been abandoned for a moment.
Okay. Indomitus.
I stand over everyone. And I get ready for this thing to attack. I take the defend action.
Roll to defend.
I'm gonna do it here. 6.
it is moving too quickly. Too erratic. You think it's on one side of you, and now it's coming from the complete opposite direction. This isn't your normal enemy of the battlefield. Magic personified. Chaos.
Can I roll Evil Eye? And through Death's Eyes?
I'll allow it, but you won't be able to activate either of them this turn.
Okay. 12 on Through Death's Eyes.
Okay.
2 on Evil Eye.
Mark failure for Evil Eye. The Wraith knows you're the biggest threat right now.
Yes, it does.
It's not gonna stop going for the meal on the ground.
Next time I get to name someone who will live and someone who will die.
I mean, that you can do now, because that's not gonna affect anything necessarily. Is the Wraith living or dying?
The Wraith will die.
You can name who lives. It's basically between Einok and not Pudine.
Ooh. Ooh. Spicy.
Really, it's just Einok is the only other NPC here right now.
Oh, yeah. Alright. I guess it'll be Einok. Einok lives, like, I care.
Sai. What did we decide?
She's gonna kneel next to Pudine and put her hand on the emblem on her armor and close her eyes. Rian, thank you for everything. I'm sorry. And I will sacrifice the link.
Indolmitus, you watch as the metal of Sai's armor begins to glow, and that symbol goes into her hand. Liquid. Through the shoulders, down to the other hand that's touching Pudine. Pudine, you're staring at this void beyond the gates. And they slowly begin to close. As a voice behind you says, "Not yet." Grabs you kind of by the scruff of your cloak and neck and drags you back into the world of the living. You are conscious, you are on the ground and in severe pain with 1 hit point, but you are conscious. Eloise, still crying?
I would like to roll to take the action of sobbing.
No roll required.
Oh.
Pudine,
what are you doing?
She's just kind of gonna lay there staring up at the sky. I'm blinking a little bit. Does she see the specter?
There's some flickering colors kind of at the corner of your vision. And a very raspy...
First thing she's gonna try to do is cast a spell.
Even with the -2, you do get it.
Oh, shoot. Nice.
However, you either draw unwelcome attention, spell disturbs the fabric, or you forget the spell.
I'm gonna forget the spell, and I'm gonna cast Cage on the Spectre.
Nice.
Indolmitus, you watch as it is charging for you and then slams into a wall. What do you do? What does anybody do?
Get the bucket ready. All right, everyone. It's all about the bucket.
What does the bucket do?
The bucket captures magic.
Okay. I know you're not a magic user, but everyone else is alive somehow, so I'm assuming you know what you're doing. I'm barely alive, so how about you just get ready as much as you can to use the bucket. I don't know what else anyone else can do, and I'll drop this when you're ready. Right?
Okay.
For sake of ease, and you have some time, you don't even need to drop the cage. If Indomitus puts the bucket on top of it, it'll absorb cage and specter both.
Okay.
And I'm giving that to you because you have time and relative safety to figure this out.
And Pudine's smart. She's got high intelligence. She's like, put the bucket on the cage.
Oh, okay. Bucket.
I would like to use my dexterity of +0 to curl into a ball on the ground.
Done.
Yes. Excellent. Very well played.
I lost Indomitus.
I lost him too.
Same here.
Okay, there he is. He's back.
I'm back.
You're back.
What?
You use the bucket.
Wow.
Cage and specter both drawn into it. And where once you held an empty bucket, now
You mess, you laugh, a break again. Okay.
I'm back.
Oh no.
now full of color and light. Not quite liquid, not quite solid. But while it is currently contained, you have pure magic. Unfettered. The bucket did not blow up, James. You have almost everything you need. All you need now is the blessing of a god. That one might be harder than you think. But as the film ends, Celeste is once again slack-jawed. And comes to a realization. As long as gods have followers, their stories are told. We might treat them as fiction nowadays, but as long as there is a follower, there is a story. She had never heard of Rion before the films. Whether or not Sai was the last direct link to him, she'll never know. But Sai was the strongest. And if Sai just broke the connection, there was no one to tell the story into a day when the story would be written down. And Rion fell to obscurity. Presumably still alive, gods don't die. Not like mortals do. And she takes that time. And instead of heading towards any normal room of the library, she heads towards one she had already searched. A shrine. A shrine to whatever god the visitor chooses to visit in that moment. And that's where we end our game. thank you all for watching. James, if you delete these, I will kill you. I love you. You will die.
You say that a lot.
Yeah. No one's called me on it yet. But thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed episode 5 of System Agnostic. Jeff, thank you for hopping in. Unfortunately, I can't give you a word to tell me, so I don't know how to test whether you get experience or not.
Oh, right.
So we'll figure that out. But anyway, end of session things. Really quickly. Look at your alignment. Did you fulfill it?
Oh yeah.
Yes.
So much magic.
You show up, Jeff. You just show up.
How dare.
If you fulfilled your alignment at least once, mark 1 experience. Now for the questions. Did we learn something new and important about the world?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What did we learn?
Magic can manifest into chaos creatures.
I love it. Did we overcome a notable monster or enemy?
Yes.
Yes, you did. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
Yes.
Yes,
The
you
bucket.
The bucket, no. It's
The
did.
bucket.
Experience all the way, my friends. Finally, look at your bonds. Did any of them change?
Yeah, I think my one for Citizen Dr. Eloise Merhumbler changed.
What do we got?
It changed from Citizen Dr. Eloise Merhumbler can handle themselves at times to Citizen Dr. Eloise Merhumbler is capable in battle, but no, not always capable at decision making.
If that ain't the most accurate thing I've ever heard, nothing is. Anybody else?
I need a second opinion on fulfilling my alignment.
Okay.
So the 2 parts of my alignment, I don't think I fulfilled the lawful part, which is deny mercy to a criminal or unbeliever. But the good part and says endanger yourself to protect someone weaker than you. I don't know if the nymph was actually weaker than me, or if Eloise viewed the nymph as weaker than her.
That I kind of leave to you, but also you're not supposed to have 2 different alignment conditions.
I am reading what it says. I don't know what to say. You can pull up the thing, Steven.
No, we've had this conversation. You chose lawful and good. You were only supposed to choose lawful or good.
When I made the character, you said you have to be lawful good.
I did not.
Well, then I put lawful good because you said something like that.
I literally would not have and will not stand for slander on my stream.
You know, I feel
I
like
didn't say lawful good. Lawful and good are the only options for you, so you just took both of them.
you're like, okay. I feel like I've changed Indomitus's bond every single time because something major always happens. And I think
You can
Yes. Drama.
when we left it, it was Indomitus isn't as good as he pretends to be, or is at least so damaged now that he can't tell the difference.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to change that to I may have been the one who was mistaken. Indomitus isn't bad, he's just been through a hell of a lot.
Honestly, all you need is the second part of Indomitus isn't bad. He's just been through a hell of a lot. But yeah, that's a good change. Anybody else?
Yes. Indomitus, I had the bond for him as the centaur's mind is blocked from the truth. And he identified Well, he admitted that the bucket wasn't magic, and then he found out he turned it magic somehow, and also identified like the next magical mystery, which is a big deal. So I'm just gonna say that I don't know. The centaur has his own way of problem solving that is
That's
equally
true.
valid.
That works.
I didn't have a major change to one, so I don't know if this counts. But my bond for Pudine was Pudine's misguided behavior endangers their very soul. I'm changing it to Pudine's curiosity endangers their very soul. But I don't know if that's enough to garner experience.
Not enough to garner experience, but a fair change to put forward. If that makes sense. You're welcome to change the wording. It's just not enough to garner experience.
Yeah.
That's a better way to put it.
I also wanted to say, add to Cy Kelvin's bond that they play an important role in the events to come. I've foreseen it. Saving my life was not it. Though I am thankful.
Again, a good change to have, though I don't think enough to garner experience from.
Okay.
If that is it, we are at the last part. Plugs! Everybody's favorite. 26th, Jamathon starts. You get to start writing your wiki articles, so get your brains thinking. Because let's be honest, the idea is the hardest part to figure anything out. And then figuring out how words work. That's step 2. That's on the 26th. They come out. If you don't want to write, GMs will be running games based on what pages are written. So if you want to GM, or if you want to play, I know if you want to play, there's a donate what you can, since it is partially a fundraiser for QuellMarcon 2023. But yeah, so look out for that. Sunday is Quell Merrily Will Roll Along, which I know I am in. I'm guessing Breck is in. Yep, let's go.
It's gonna be so fun. DM'd by Tyler Spraza, and it's musical theater themed. It's gonna be so cool. Come hear me and Steven do an awesome duet. I'm calling it now.
Right.
I'm calling my shot right now. We are doing an awesome duet.
That's fair. I just need to put out into the world that it will not be nearly as good as your and Craig's rendition of Showboat.
Showboat. Yes, the entirety of Showboat that we improvised.
Yep.
Because I had never heard of Showboat.
The greatest.
Oh no.
That's, I believe, I'm going to guess, don't hold me to it, that Another One Bites the Dice Sunday,
I
Once Upon a
doubt
Time
it,
on Tuesday. Maybe not.
because
That'd be a lot for Tyler.
That would be a lot.
But I don't know, so I'm gonna put, if it is there, go watch it. If it's not, I don't know how you would watch it.
Then don't watch it.
Then don't.
What did everyone get? I got a 3.
Oh.
What are we rolling?
Roll a dice.
James.
Dice.
I got a 2 on a D12.
Kind of dice.
Tyler has
I
not
know.
given us a cancellation notice. All right.
Tyler's
I'm
in for a
assuming-
wild
I got a 6.
day.
An 8 on a D12.
3.
Nice.
Yeah, Tyler's gonna have fun. Anyway, so go watch that. Once Upon a Town on Tuesday, since it wasn't this week, so I assume it's next week.
Yeah. It is. And
First
so
class?
is First Class.
Yeah.
And then us again. And that means 3 days straight of my face on the Twitch stream.
Whoops.
Get ready.
And this is just a plug of this stream, but in theory, depending on what these jokers do, next week may be the finale of Chapter 1. So,
Ooh.
come hang out.
I need to think of a D&D character.
Come see how the madness ends.
I have 3 plugs.
If any of them are GoFundMe, go for
Amazon wish
Kickstarter.
list.
Kickstarter or
Or
Amazon
Kickstarter.
wish lists. Put your fingers
I have
down.
1 plug.
Okay, I'll allow it.
I was told to wait until plugs to do this.
I
so.
forgot about the dating one. Never mind.
Big thank you to all the lesbians that lent me their energy, especially to you, James, the honorary lesbian for life. If there are any lesbians in the Minnesota area, please hit me up. You can find me on Discord at PuckBunnySadie. It's really nice. I love hockey and D&D, and we can get to know each other. I tell really bad puns, and I cause chaos whenever I play games.
You have summoned Jeff.
Oh, what?
Woo.
Crazy. Crazy.
God damn it,
Are you
James.
gonna be
Anything else from my players?
I was told to save it till plugs, and I
Yep,
did.
and I forgot about it, so I couldn't forbid it.
Let's roll.
Just keep
Love you, James.
Rolling dice. We're done.
All of them.
Keep rolling the dice.